Hello Minecraft fans, it's time for a tutorial and I want to make a tutorial about my sand tree harvester. And I made this design about a month ago and I showed it to my friend Tyken, and he found it so interesting that he wanted to get some feedback from other people on how to improve a design. And I myself was thinking the design was still flawed. It was quite messy, as you can see, with all the redstone, and it broke really easily. And yeah, some YouTubers got working on it, and I've gotten a few replies from it, and I liked all the replies. And one that actually stood out a lot is the reply that PearSquirrel gave me. And PearSquirrel is a technical Let's Player. He does not Let's Play. He just does a lot of tutorials on redstone contraptions, and he did a reply to Tiger's video, and he showed off his design. And let's just have a look at the redstone. It seems a little bit simpler. It looks way easier to build, and it's way more effective. This design doesn't break at all. So yeah, I want to use this design as a base, and I have been trying to recreate it right over here. And this is my own version. It's basically almost the same, but I made a few small minor tweaks, and this is what we're gonna use for the design for my tutorial. So I'm gonna go to my tutorial right now. Alright, it's time to get started with our tutorial, and as you can see, I have a few setups right over here and right over there, and all of these setups are failed tutorials. Yeah, it's really hard to make a good tutorial, I just noticed. I can do like small tutorials, but this is quite some complicated redstone, so I'm just gonna give it another try. Um, what we're gonna do is we're gonna place let's just load up this part. Place a sapling right over there, and then you make a frame around it, and this is gonna be the frame that you are using for the sand stacker. We're gonna build up 10 blocks, and I think this should be 10 blocks. Let's just go next to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we're gonna build across towards the other side. That was one too high. Take out the center block, make a little circle around it, and this is the hole in the ceiling that you eventually use to push the sand through and to sack it towards the side. And before we get started with the tutorial, I want to give a little bit of info about the tree growth. The ideal space that you need for a tree to grow in is about 9 blocks high. For example, the pine trees need a minimum of 9 blocks before it will grow. And sometimes it will not even grow if you have 9 blocks of clearance about it. And then also 1 block above the sapling, so this height, you need at least 2 blocks of clearance on each to each direction. So you should have 2 blocks into that direction, but also 2 blocks in this direction. So this whole square around the trees, 2 blocks high, wide. You cannot build anything all the way up to 9 blocks. So that's why you have to keep at least all this space around the tree free. So keep that in mind when you eventually build your framework around the tree. You can see here this half slab takes up the bottom block, but right over here everything is free, 2 blocks to each direction, and it's 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and it should be at least 9 blocks high. It does work sometimes with 8 blocks, but you have to keep pushing, keep stacking it, keep hitting your tree with bone meal before it will grow. So yeah, that's the ideal height that you want to build this thing. Now back to the tutorial. So this is the basic setup. It's being used as a point of orientation. And now we can take out the sapling, and we're gonna dig out a hole that is 5 by 7 blocks wide. So this framework should be right in the center of that hole. Alright, I have dug out the hole and give you a little overview to see where it is. And now we're gonna put our redstone into it. I'm gonna load up some redstone blocks. And we're gonna start with the piston right underneath this block over here. It's on the side where the side is 5 blocks in the center. And from there we're gonna count out 1, 2, 3 blocks, dig out the third block, place a piston in there, and we're gonna dig out the 2 blocks that are behind it and place a sticky piston. Then next we're gonna place a repeater in front of this piston and we place a redstone torch. On the other side we're gonna place one piece of wire, dig out the block, and then go with our wire towards the corner, and we're gonna place our wire right over there. So we have some kind of S shape, it seems. We place one repeater in pointing towards this piston. We put one tick of delay to it. Dig out this block, that block, place a redstone torch on this block, and place a redstone torch on that block. And we're gonna place some more wire right over here. So this is how it should look like. Gonna quick view so you can pause the video and rebuild it. And you place one repeater over here and you put your maximum delay on it. Next we're gonna make our reset unit, and we're gonna do it by digging out a trench right over here. We're gonna dig 4 blocks deep, and we're gonna dig out 13 blocks into this direction. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and we're gonna return here, and I'm gonna quickly dig out all of these blocks right over here. Okay, I have dug out this trench 13 blocks into that direction. Now we're gonna start by placing an RS knowledge, and this RS knowledge is gonna go over there, dig out the block right over there, place one torch over there, and you place a piece of redstone underneath this torch. Next we're gonna make a little pulse generator, and we're gonna do it by placing another torch next to the torch, so there should be 2 torches over here. Place a repeater pointing this direction, put a tick on it, place a block in front of it, place some redstone over it, and place a torch on the side of it. So this is a really small pulse generator. Next we're gonna put our repeaters in this setup, and we're gonna go with our repeaters all the way towards the end. And I think it's about 22 repeaters in total. I'm gonna count them later on in this tutorial. Gonna turn around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times 2 is 18, 19, and 20 repeaters. 20 repeaters in total. So that's the amount that you need for this delay. And you put them all on max delay. Next we're gonna dig over in between these 2 blocks. I'm gonna quickly reset this RS knowledge. Important, you have to do it too. Take this torch out underneath here and just replace it, and it should reset the RS knowledge. So yeah, it tends to get bugged up, so by taking out that torch and replacing it again, you will reset it. You see, now this piston is no longer extended and it's retracted by the sticky piston. Right, next up we wanna dig out a trench underneath here so we can make the bottom part of this sand tape. And we're gonna do it by digging out 3 blocks into this direction and making it 12 blocks deep. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 blocks. And you're gonna go, I'm gonna quickly fly up, turn it to day, and I'm gonna load my redstone. And it seems to be raining. Gonna turn off the rain too. Okay, sunshine please. Yes, yes. Okay, so over here this piston is the sand stack. It's gonna stack the sand up towards that hole, and right underneath that piston all the way down you wanna place another piston, and you're gonna place it here facing towards you. Dig out this hole in the corner and place another piston facing upwards. Then you're gonna dig out 2 blocks towards the side, and you're also gonna dig out this area so that you can expose the side of the piston, and you're gonna dig out 1 block in this direction. So the wire is coming over here. You place your repeater right over there, and then you go over here, place redstone, curve it towards the corner over there, place a repeater, put a tick on it, and then place one piece of redstone pointing towards that piston, tick out block, and you're gonna place a redstone torch on the side of it. And this is actually the same setup as we do have above here. And you see the redstone coming over here, the repeater in front of there, going towards there, the wire with this piston and that piston, and that's the smart piston setup. So yeah, that's gonna be the same. Now we're gonna dig up our wire and connect it towards the redstone on top of here. You're gonna do it by digging into the wall 3 blocks in this direction. You turn to the right, dig out 3 blocks into that direction. You turn to the right again and dig out until you finally see sunlight. And I think that block's supposed to be there. Gonna replace it. And you continue your staircase. And you will end up right over there. You pick your redstone and you place it all the way down these steps until you hit this block in front of this repeater. And that should send power towards this smart piston setup once the machine turns on. So yeah, that should be doing that indeed. Failing, failing. Okay. Next up, we're gonna place the piston that is pushing the dirt block in and out, and it's gonna be a sticky piston. Place it right over there, right in front of this hole. You're gonna grab a piece of dirt on this setup, and you place a redstone torch underneath this piston. Then you're gonna dig out 3 blocks, dig out the block that is underneath this redstone torch, and place another redstone torch. You place a repeater on this block, dig out 2 blocks into this direction, place a torch, place a bit of wire, and that's that. This should reset this dirt block once the sand stacks down and reaches up to here. You can see it by placing a block over there, and this piston is extended now. But we want to have it pull back once we gonna start the piston tape, the sand tape, and we're gonna do it by using a new trick that comes in the 1.2 update. I'm gonna quickly demonstrate that new trick. And I don't know what it's called, I just call it the glowstone bypass or the vertical redstone split. And you can see it by having a redstone wire that is powered going down these stairs. And if you place a piece of redstone on top of this redstone, if you place a piece of glowstone on there, you see the wire is going through this glowstone block, because this glowstone block isn't a full block. So, but one of the cool things is you can place redstone on glowstone. So you see the power is now going also up, and it's also going down. And another cool feature is when the power is coming from this direction and it's going downwards, it will stop at this piece of glowstone, because this glowstone doesn't transfer the power. It will not go 1 block lower. It will stay on the same level though, but it will not go 1 block lower once you wire it over glowstone. So we're gonna use this new trick to make a glowstone bypass, and you're gonna place a block of glowstone right over there, and place a block in this corner, and you're gonna put your wire over that. You see the wire is turned on because this torch is powering that block, and it's getting a signal and it's coming right over there. But it should not turn on once that torch turns off. So yeah, if you see there's a block right over there, this signal should turn off that torch underneath here, unpower this block, and you see the signal is no longer powered. But once you power this line, it will return this block and retract the piston. So yeah, that's what that thing does. It's a big explanation, but it's just really simple. You just wire it like that. That's with most of the redstone. Even if you don't understand it, if you build it exactly as how it's shown, it should still work. So now we have all the pieces in place, and we can start by stacking the sand up. We're gonna place one piece of sand. Let's get rid of that block. One piece of sand in the center, and we're gonna place sand over here until it reaches the block that is underneath that piston. So yeah, it should be that high. Then you're gonna stack the sand up all the way until you can fit no more sand in there. And you're gonna place one block in between there and place one piece of sand on top of it. Now we have the whole thing set up. We can cover it all up with some cobblestone, or you can cover it up with another kind of material. And then we can test it out. And I'm curious if it works now. I've been trying to do this tutorial for many times, and every time it did work, but sometimes I had a small flaw, so it didn't work as it's supposed to be. But I think it should work this time. Gonna place a pressure plate on this block. It should power the wire that is down here, and we're gonna place a piece of glowstone on top of this dirt just to see how it works. We're gonna go over this pressure plate. You see the piston is retracting this block of dirt. Sand is being stacked up. You see the signal coming in, resetting the line. Sand is falling down again because that piston retracts, and this piston pulls back, pushes back, and the dirt is back in place. And now you can start harvesting trees. So yeah, let's try it another time. Gonna go over it, and you see the glowstone is being pushed up until it reaches the hole in the ceiling. And it will reset again. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick break and skip to part 2 of the tutorial. And now we're gonna move the logs over to the side and place it in an easy to harvest setup. Yeah, sorry for that. I got a really dry throat. Anyways, let's get started on the second part of the sand tree farm. And we're gonna expand this little area on top of here just a little bit, like that. And we're gonna go up, and this is where the logs are coming up. You place one repeater. You place one repeater over there. You place a torch, or you can also put a switch on there to turn on this repeater. This repeater should be turned on at all times. Place a piece of redstone there. Place a block over there, and you're gonna place a piston next to that block. So this piston should power this block. And next you can see what it does. Once a block is coming up through the ceiling, it will automatically be pushed to the side, and this will reset itself again. So we're gonna add blocks until this piston can no longer push blocks. And you see it goes all the way over here, and we're gonna place a block right underneath here. And as you can see, this piston will no longer push the blocks towards this direction. So that's the end that this piston can reach. And we're gonna go over towards the end. We're gonna place a block underneath it, and we go out 2 blocks. And we're gonna place our redstone torch over here, and we're gonna place a wire over there. Then we're gonna go towards the side. We're gonna place a redstone repeater, and we're gonna make a little staircase going up and going over these blocks. And then we're gonna connect it about 7 blocks towards the side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you can place a block right over there, so it should be able to push 8 blocks down. You're gonna grab your pistons, your normal pistons. You're gonna place all the pistons under this row over here. I'm gonna quickly turn to day again. And oh, let's just have them face the right way. There we go, all the pistons are in place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pistons. And you're gonna connect the wire over here, and you're gonna put wire all over these pistons, over the blocks, and you're gonna connect them together, and you see all the pistons push out simultaneously. So yeah, this is basically, let's grab a log, and you can see how it works. I'm gonna quickly get rid of all this cobblestone. Okay, this machine will start feeding the logs into the stacker, and you see the logs being pushed over towards the side until it reaches the last block, and you see it over there. Gonna just place it over here. You see what happens. It turns on, and all the pistons push down simultaneously, and you can continue stacking your blocks right over here. So you can keep feeding this machine until your blocks reach all the way down to the bottom. So basically you can make this as large as you want to. You can make it just 5 pistons wide or 7 pistons wide, depending on how long that you want to have this. You can also place it inwards 1 block, but this is about the maximum that you can push with all the pistons and still make a good design of it. Okay, next we're gonna work on the bottom. You see the logs are coming down here, and they will eventually come all the way here. Gonna dig out this block, and I'm gonna place 3 pistons right on top of each other. And I'm gonna make a wall of pistons about 8 blocks tall, and I'm gonna make it 3 blocks high. So not 8 blocks tall, but 8 blocks long. I'm gonna correct my mistake over there. So yeah, this should be the pistons that push the logs outwards and where you can harvest them. Gonna dig out 2 blocks over in this direction. Place redstone torch. Place a line of redstone, and you're gonna wire the redstone right here. You're gonna build it up a little bit. I'm just gonna use my logs right here, and you're gonna build it all the way towards the side. You're gonna place your redstone on top of it and should be able to power towards the end of this line. Okay, next up you're gonna place torches on every single block of this line, and you see all the torches are in front of a piston. So what happens once this turns on, a block will come down here. It will be blocking right over there, and that will block the redstone current, turning all these torches on and pushing out all the pistons on top of here. But we are still not using the pistons down here, so what we're gonna do is place a line of blocks right behind it and just place a wire going right over there. And this should be able to push all the pistons out simultaneously. Let's just try it out. You see all the pistons are pushing out. It looks a little bit buggy, but it's working. Let's just place a whole line right over there. Place a block and everything is being pushed out. So yeah, once the logs are being stacked down, they will reach the bottom right over there. I'm just gonna feed some more logs into this machine. Not too fast, otherwise it will not keep up with it. And I think we can place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We go right over here. You can see the whole machine in action once I place the block right over there. And everything is being pushed out. So that's the final design. Next up, it's up to you how you decorate this whole thing. You can see how I decorated it in the start of the video, where I give you a tour through the various concepts and designs, and yeah, take some inspiration from it, but make it your own design. You can cover up all of these holes right over there. And I think this will conclude the tutorial. I hope you could follow it. Feel free to ask any questions if you just want to see something being done again, or just have a better explanation, and I'll try to help you out with it. So yeah, I hope you like it. Feel free to comment and have a nice day. And don't forget, check out PearSquirrel's channel. He is awesome and he makes great redstone tutorials. and he makes some really cool tutorials about really advanced stuff. So if you like redstone, check out PearSquirrel. His name is in the description and his channel link too. Okay, that was it. See you later. Goodbye.